So this is a kind of a AI based project which looks like this. So the basic
Mm-hmm.
motive behind this project was that if you have any error in your build failures, okay, and you have the solution in the current, you have the solution, but in future you think such type of error can also come, and you may be available, may not be available at that time. So you want that the people who is available can get this solution, okay, without getting contact to me. And sometimes the errors are also like they'll not be the exact error. They'll be somewhat similar like that, but they'll not be the exact. But the solution seems like the similar one. So instead of finding or reaching out to different people for the same errors that you got in the past, instead of that, what you do, you put your errors, okay, you put your errors over here and add errors and the solution. You add your errors over here, you add the solution over here, okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
you train your model on that one. Once you will
Mm-hmm.
train it, your errors can, you can see all your errors will be here in the database. It may contain thousands of errors, okay, along with the solution just beside it. But instead of going through this one, suppose if I took web app cannot start. Okay, if I just go here and type web app cannot be start. Okay, and if I do find solution, so model need to be trained. Okay, model trained. Okay, find solution. So see, it gave me one solution. Instead of that, you write anything, but if it contains the keywords, okay, which that error contains, that web app cannot be start. This one I did. And the solution, if I want to verify as well, since I have less amount of data, I can verify. Cannot be start. So, okay. So this is the solution, right? This start script lack execution permission. And if I see the solution, okay, it's gone. So basically, the moment you switch to the other models, it get refreshed. That doesn't need to be happen. So this is kind of a bug that you need to resolve in your application. Okay. So if I just type web app error problem and find solution. So it gave me the solution. So our main motive is to understand how it is finding out. It's just like a chat GPT. You put your errors or you put your problems over here and it from the database where it get trained, it extract the data from there. Okay. Even the chat GPT behind does the same things. You can also see the similarity found, that is 0.04, which basically says this is the compared to all the solution that present in the database. This is the most suitable solution which has 0.4 probability or similarity score. Okay. So this was the kind of a project that I did for the AI and ML project. Understood this one?
Yeah, this is like for your company, right?
Yeah, for my company.
Mm-hmm.
So this can be implemented.
Okay.
You can also say about this project in
Sure.
your interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
So let's go behind this project, how it works actually. If you see the code, this is the code. Okay. The two things very important is the sklearn, okay, which gives you this TF vectorize a kind of a model, and cosine similarity, which checks the similarity among the all answers. And whosoever answer contains the most similarity score out of one, that answer will be seen in the output. Okay. Then
Mm.
you have SQLite 3, which is the database where you are storing NumPy, basically the number related task. Pandas is for statistics. These are the libraries of your
Libraries.
well,
Python.
yeah. Streamlight is the front end part that you have seen. It's built on Streamlight. Okay. So if I go behind this part, is actually doing what? This is maintaining there are a few couple of buttons in UI that you want to hide from the users. So you can use hidden visibility hidden. Okay. This is the database connection part. Okay. Which basically SQLite connecting with the database. So whenever you put your data into it, a database file will be created. This file. So it's a file-based data system. There is a app-based, okay, application-based database system in which you have a separate application where all your data get stored. That's the most authentic way. For this project, we use the file base. All our data is contained in this file. If I delete this file, all the data will be gone from your model as well. Then this part is actually allowing you to add the text and the solution in your system. So before going more deeper into it, let's understand how AI and ML actually works. Okay, so let's understand. This will be our agenda for this class. We have to understand what is NLP, what is tokenization, what is data visualization, data vectorization, how does it work, what is LLM, what is RAG model, okay, and more specific TF-IDF that is specific to our project, and the demo code that we will see at the end. So the thing is, on interviews, you will be first asked the project that you build, what model you used for that one. When they ask you the what model you use, they are expecting some kind of LLM from you. Now, what is this? We'll go one by one. First, let's understand the NLP. That is natural processing language. It
Akash, sorry to
basically
interrupt. For
Mhm.
this SageMaker also, we need to build this LLM, or automatically the service is there, right, in the Amazon?
No, you have to build it. That's the thing.
Oh,
It will
okay,
provide
okay,
you the area where you can train, you can build. Okay, everything that
okay,
you have to do, it will just provide you a
okay,
platform for that one. That's it.
okay. I thought
Okay.
everything will be ready on that.
No, that's the thing. No, nothing is ready.
Okay.
I personally looked into that one and I'll show you also. We'll
Oh.
go through that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
The setup,
Sure.
how it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing that we have to understand is the NLP. What do you understand by the NLP? So it simply means if you can talk with a computer in your own natural language and it understand it, then that is known as NLP, natural processing language. Okay, so it's a field of AI that helps us the computer to interpret and generate human languages. So if it is understanding your language, if it is responding back in your language, then the system is using NLP, natural processing language. Okay, so you
Mm-hmm.
may be asked, like when you talk with ChatGPT, Gemini, the answer you get is a very human answer, right?
Yeah.
Even with a cloud, you can even discuss with your personal problem as well. People does that too. Okay, and the most output, best output, there's a one app called Cloud AI, so you can use that one. So that will directly will tell you whether you have to proceed with whatever you are thinking, whether it is relationship advice or any uh, this one corporate advice. Okay, how to talk with
Mm-hmm.
HR means such kind of a thing. It will tell you directly whether it is good, right, wrong, okay, or how you have to proceed with that one so that you are not going to be caught like this. So
Mm-hmm.
people does a lot of experiment with that one. It just become a therapy for the people. Okay,
Cloud
so
AI.
that's cloud AI, yeah,
Claude.
Claude, yeah. So that's how the natural processing. So that system or that technology is using NLP. So that is the natural processing language in a very
Mm,
basic human way. So this is how it works. The word tokenization. So whenever you write something, if I give something to my chat GPT or any model, okay, like how long is the Great Wall of China? What it does, it first break it into words first, 39 words and 36 characters. 9 words and 36 characters. These words
Mm-hmm.
are actually known as tokens. So if you
Okay.
use any LLM model which is present like the ChatGPT or anything, okay, they will tell you how many tokens you can use. Okay. Uh, if I see how many token are free in cloud. Okay. So there is no specific free number of the token. Still give me something. Okay. Generous 20 million tokens daily allowance for the user of the free tool. Okay. 20 million tokens. What does it mean? 20 million words. Okay. Not only
Mm-hmm.
you, but also whatever the answer it generate, that also, if I go open cloud, how do I manage to to work in two companies, eh, two companies at the same time. Okay. So how many tokens are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Five.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 tokens. 13 tokens. Okay. But if I
Yeah.
press enter, the answer it generates, it also again counted in this token. So you can count, if you have time, how many tokens that contain. So these are also included that in that free token number. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how the token actually works. So
Mm-hmm.
every company, for ChatGPT, it's free. Okay. Some models it's free and some model they'll be asking you charge for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So all the charges are actually based upon how much tokens you have used. Okay.
Okay.
So these tokens, when you write something, these are first converted into token and character, and each character is given a certain number. Okay, like you can see at the end, how is given 4438, like this way in the array format. They have been given a number. Why? Because with name, with this words, models cannot understand what the specificness of that word. So what they do, they provide a separate number so that in future, if such words are given, number comparison is way more easier than word comparison. You guys agree or not? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can easily compare 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, which one is greater, which one is smaller. But when it comes to name on words, it will be get much more difficult. So that's why the
Yeah.
tokenization comes into the picture. That's the very first and the minute, smallest piece of AI. Okay, tokenization is the process of splitting into smaller pieces called tokens. Okay, let's see the further. Then comes your data vectorization. Tokenization, we understood. Data
Yeah.
vectorization. So if you have a document, okay, your embedded model query over it. Query means which basically convert into tokens and the number, which looks like in this format, vector embedded format. Okay, these numbers are called vectors. Okay, and these are then stored in a database. That database is known as vector database. So
Okay.
whenever if anyone query something that I required this one, it goes to this embedded model. This embedded model then search that similarity in your database and then brings the query result back to the WWE or the internet, whatever you choose. So its main task is to convert the error into the numerical vector format using embedded model. What is this embedded model? We will look into that. Okay. Understood? Providing
Yeah.
a number to your words,
Okay.
the token that you get in the previous slide, we provide a separate number to it and put it in the database. So that database is known as vector database. Just give me a second. So sorry, I got the call one.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
Okay. So we understood two part. First part was tokenization. Second part was the vectorization, right? This is again a cosine similarity, which is basic of mathematics. For to understand the basics of AI/ML, you have to understand mathematics. So that there comes the trickiest part because you have to know the partial differentiation and differentiation integration part. We will not go into that depth. We will just look into this cosine similarity. If in the past you must have studied uh, how cosine is getting calculated of any number, if you calculate cos of any number, it will give you a number between 0 to 1. Cos of any angle.
Okay.
Suppose cos
Yeah.
theta 90 is our 0, right? And cos theta
Fascinating.
30 degree is root 1 by root 3. So in this way, you
Hmm.
will get the number. Okay. So what happens?
Hmm.
All these vectors that you have in your this one on your database, a cosine similarity actually what it does, it takes all the vectors and do a cosine similarity over it from your question that you have asked to the solution the present on the database, and then it provide a result. Okay, and here you can see the result is 0.5. If this 0.5 result is greater than rest of the result, the answer you will get is this one. Okay, this vector related to this probability will be shown as an answer to your outbox compared to the rest of the answer. So that is the exactly what happened in our code as well. The project that I have shown you. So it was showing the similarity score.
Okay.
You see, I have used cosine similarity, right? So
Okay.
this is one of the library of your SQL lab. So what it does, it actually provides you the chances of the probability. You see the score. Okay, similarity score is 0.4. And this is we get through the rest of the data present, rest of the solution is being matched, and the highest score was this one. So it provided the answer this. Okay. So no need to go into the deeper of this one. Just understand the work of cosine similarity. Just provide you the similarity score of your answers, and whosoever having the highest similarity, you will get the answer that one. You will get that one as answer. So this is the calculation of similarity, cosine similarity in NLP, natural processing language. How natural processing language provide you. Two vector A and B that you are seeing here are the two answers. Okay. And it provide an angle between them. Based on that one, whatever the closer to one, if it is closer to one, means cos 0 is closer and cos 90 is 0. Cos 180 is -1. Okay. So -80 means say there is no relation of that answer with the question that you have asked. Similarity score closer to 1 means the answer that you are looking for is exactly similar to the one that you are looking for. So that's how it is getting calculated. Nothing much. Understood? Not
Yeah.
much into the depth, but kind of
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
understood. Now let's understand this LLM. Here comes the most asked question that you will be asked. Large language model. ChatGPT is a LLM, remember. Cloud is a LLM. Gemini is a LLM. Okay, all these are LLM, means large language model. What does it mean? It means tokenization, vectorization, cosine similarity, everything is done on a single language, on a single model. So if you does all these things in a single model, you are basically creating one LLM. Okay, you can see ChatGPT 2 is selected over here for this one. Okay, there is a Nano GPT, GPT-2, and GPT-3. These are the model. But for now, ChatGPT 2 is taken. What it does, let's start from the beginning. You can see the words over here. Every word is given number. These
Oh.
numbers are getting tokenized first, okay, and then put it in the embedded one. Okay, embedded one in the sense in a series wise. You can see the input embedded. Okay. And then these are, you can see there are thousands of like this. Means thousands of words, just like the one that you put, is over here. And in every words, these are the vector database. You can see the whole vector database. Together, this is known as transformer. Okay, all your database together is known as transformer. Would you do you know what is the full form of GPT?
No, actually.
So I do my
Generative pre-trained
processing
transformer.
transformer.
Pre-trained
Generative pre-trained
pre-trained
Yes,
transformer.
transformer. Okay. So what does it mean in the transformer? Means it is working with your data vector datas. Okay. If it is working with your thousands of vector datas at the same time, it is known as a transformer. So you can see in this animation too, if I do, these are the words, okay, tokens converted in number. Okay. First, it will get converted into number, embedded model. You can see the model which convert into and store in a series wise. Here tokenization is taking place. Okay. Then the third view is coming. Here the processing, each green represent a number being processed. And then your embedding then pass through a model going through a series of layer called the transformer. All your input data is going through some processing over it. So this processing is together known as transformer, from where all your data is being picked up based on the question that you will be asking. Understood?
Yes.
So this transformer basically processing over the database. That's it. And that is what all your GPT does. That is what all your Gemini or Cloud, all the AI model does. So if I build a model which uses LLM, okay, if I build a model which uses a LLM, that model is known as RAG model. Means if you combine the document search with the LLM generation, it's became a RAG model.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is how it looks like. You have your knowledge over here. I mean, it's whatever the document you have. These documents is first get into the chunks. Chunks basically means tokenization, chunking or tokenizing. Okay. Then these are passed to the embedded model, which convert into a number. Okay. Each get vectorized into a number. And then these are stored in this vector database. Okay. So if you do any query over here, okay, I put enter your query over here, and this query is then passed to this embedded model, okay, in the form your even your query is also getting tokenized and then looked into where is do the cosine similarity on this whole database and try to find out the correct one, correct search. Okay, this search are then given to this LLM model, and this LLM model will provide you the answer. That's a final response that you are going through this one. Okay. This query can be done through this embedded model or can be a prompt template, simple, basic context based also. Any question related to this one? Anywhere, any question from the series. First, we looked into NLP, then we looked into the tokenization, then we looked into the vectorization, and then we looked into the transformer. Okay, and then here it is the RAG model.
Okay.
So if you have been asked question like what is, can you explain about the projects or the AI project that you have done? So you can simply say this one, a document search project which uses our LLM. Okay, what LLM you have used? You can give, there are hundreds of LLM. You can either give this chat GPT or there is a Hugging Face. Okay, Hugging Face is the storage of your all AI model.
Mm-hmm.
Just like for the source code, we have GitHub. In the same way,
Okay.
for it's a source code of all AI model. If I search ChatGPT, okay, ChatGPT does not have it. Just click on this model. What kind of a model you want? You want text generation model, image to text, or image to image. Means you put the image, you get the output as image. Or text to image, you put the text, you will get the output as an image. You put the text, you get the output as a video. So these are the Hugging Face model. If I want text generation model, so DeepSeek, you must have heard previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So DeepSeek, there is a service now, Inclusion AI. Okay, these you might have not heard. Okay, Queen was also you might have heard. This is also a China one. OpenAI. Instead of ChatGPT, you type, you get OpenAI, right?
Yeah.
So there are Meta also available.
Mm.
Queen, Meta, IBM also is there. Okay, so you can use these many models. Just take the API key of these models and put it in your code. Okay, view the API code. So this is the API code out there.
So this Hugging Face means like the code of these models we get here.
Correct. Code, not code.
Okay.
API of these models you can get from here. So you choose
Okay.
any of the model based on whatever you like. Okay. And but remember, they'll be charging you for their APIs. That's how they earn. Mainly they earn through
Okay.
their APIs keys. So what happened? They have like 20 rupees per million request. It means one time you asked, it's a one request. Okay. It given response, second request. Again you ask, third request. Again you given it given response, fourth request. In this way, if you get 1 million, then they will charge 20 rupees from you. Okay.
Oh.
So it's like this. So these are the cost one. Free, there is free also. I use Mistral mostly. So this is Mistral. This is a free. Okay, you can directly get through its own website.
Can you please show how you will use?
So, yeah, wait. Mistral API key. I'll just go here. Click on this one. So production server. Suppose this is the API key. Okay.
Mm.
I can't see anywhere. So you will get API key as a link. Okay. You copy this one
Yeah.
from here, and then you go to your project, the project that you have built. I have a one RAG based project. I'll click over here. Show me option. Oops, by Visual Studio. Sorry. So see, Hugging Face API key. Okay. OSCNB, whatever the model that you are using here, if you are using Mistral, you have to write over here Mistral, and then you have to put the API key that you will get. This is how it looks like. So next time when you will find or search anything, it will answer you through this post or put or get request. Both will be happening through this API Mistral. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
api.mistral.ai. So this will be handling all your database, answering from your
Mm-hmm.
database. Okay, everything will
Yeah.
be handled through this one.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the RAG function. I can provide you this code as well. You can do. You just put one API key over here and
Mm.
run this code. That's it. The moment you will run it, you can get. And what I was doing in this one, I was getting the query through I was getting the query through by uploading any text-based file. If I upload any text-based file, and then where is that? What is the name? Cosmos. So here it is. So two things, either you can do text based or you can put the data through any text file and get the answer, type your question and get the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we use multiple APIs?
No,
Mm,
you can't use
No.
multiple. At one
Okay.
time, one model will come into the picture. Okay. Because
Okay.
again, it will be confused which model to take. It has to
Yeah.
answer between your
Mm,
database to your output, right? So in
Yeah.
between, there is should be one. It's just like you go to the restaurant and you ask for, you never assign two waiter for you, right? You'll be assigned
Yeah.
one waiter, and that waiter will be responsible for your request and get the output from the chef provided to you.
Yeah.
No any other mediator will come because confusion get
Yeah.
created, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like in the same way. So that's
Got
how
it.
your RAG models actually works. So it basically takes your data, chunk it or tokenize it, put in the embedded model convert into vectors, and you store in your vector database. So whatever the query you ask, it goes through this LLM model, and this goes see, do the cosine similarity checks, and provide you the answer based on your query. Okay.
Uh, every time when we do chat GPT or something, we usually don't give document, right? Like we give text, right? So
Who
that
said
doesn't come under RAG.
no?
Okay.
We do give document as well. I'll show you.
Yeah. I know, I do,
Oh,
but no, I'm saying sometimes we do text only,
mhm.
right? So that
It's
comes under
on
which?
you.
Oh,
That's also even text is also a RAG model. Okay.
okay,
Input model could be anything. It can be a image. Okay. It can be anything. It can be image. It can be video. It can be a document. It can be your text. Okay.
okay,
Anything. So if you see on this one, here the chunk that you are seeing over here, that's the knowledge base. The files are, any kind of a files you can use over here. If it is a document,
okay,
if it is a video, if it is a text, anything, everything first will be converted into this embedded format, the numerical format. Even the image is also being converted into this numerical format. All your vector. That's why video creation is much more difficult than image creation is difficult. The easiest one is the text creation, because converting text to numerical format is easy compared to the image and the video. Like
yeah.
for that, they require high amount of GPUs for
Mm.
image and for videos, and that's why they charge huge amount of money if you are using those model which uses image and video. Right. They are not as much as flexible like text, but they are still a RAG model. Okay. Because they are using four things: tokenization, vectorization, then your LLM model, okay, and your vector database. If these four things are being used, it means it is a RAG model. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
Great. So this one is basically TF-IDF, the one that I am using for my own organization. Because what happens now when you use RAG model, you have to have this API key. Without this API key, you cannot do that embedded task. And for this API
Okay.
key, you will be charge amount, right? So
Yeah.
since it was a personal project and I am not allowed to use something that is charging the company. So there comes this
Mm-hmm.
TF-IDF model, okay, with a term frequency or inverse document frequency kind of full form it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is also doing the same task, but in a very low level. You can see the one step behind the RAG model. So what it does the same vectorization part that you see, which is done by embedding model. It is here done by this TF-IDF. It does the vectorization and cosine similarity handles the scoring part. And that's how we get the output, which is similar to the document that we provided. Okay. Where to use this TF-IDF, search engines, spam detection, keyword extraction, document classification, a recommended system. Recommended system basically, if you want to recommend something, like if you have in the background, this can be even applied for the images as well. Search engine we have seen. The project was the search engine. Okay. Result you will get based on the ranking. And these ranking are comes by cosine similarity. Okay. In the same way, you can use it for spam detection or keyword extraction like this. That's all. Any question regarding the basics of AI? This is the most basic. So for any
Mm.
AI model, if it is, you have to have understand all these four things. They are not going to make you code for any interviews. They'll just try to understand whether you understand the questions that related to AI ML or not. Like if they ask what model you have used, whose API key you have used, what kind of a model was it? Do you understand by vectorization? Do you understand by tokenization? These things. Okay. Since you are going for a cloud, they'll not be expecting a lot of things from you. They just want you to explain your AI ML project and they just want you to know about the basics of AI ML. Okay. Now let's look into. So if you go here, you just click type SageMaker. So you can see there's two services will
Yeah.
pop out. So this is a platform one. I mean, it is still a lot of changes going through Amazon SageMaker, and Amazon SageMaker AI is the completed one. Okay. So this one is in
Mhm.
the progress. So we will use this one. So if you go here, you have to choose domain over here. Okay. And then you have to create a domain. So set up for a single user, okay, and set up for the organization. Okay. You can see what you will get for the organization and you can see what you will get as a single user. Okay. So kind of they are providing a lot of code base editing, jump start, a lot of things. But here you are getting only things related to very basic things to create.
I am
Let's
already
do
ready.
this setup. So this will be the name. You can edit it later on. It is right now in the pending state. So you have to wait a couple of seconds, a minute for this one. Still pending state. Okay, I already have one once it get created. So it will look like this. In service, you will find over here. Just click on this one, go to user profile, and then you launch it over here. Okay. So launching, it will provide you one studio from where you will write or from where you will write all your codes. So this is the how it's look like. A Jupyter notebook it will provide you. Click on this Jupyter lab. Okay. Create a Jupyter space. Give it a name. cloud underscore AI.
SageMaker.
So then you can see what instance it is going to use. T3 medium it is going to use. If your data is very heavy, you can use further high model as well. But the basic model is T3 medium. So they are going to charge for it when you will be using this one because 2 CPU they are going to provide. It is chargeable. Okay. Then once you done it, click on run space. Okay. Now you can now once it got created, open the Jupyter lab. You have to choose what languages. Are you guys there? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
listening.
So you have to choose what language are you going to use. Glue, Spark. So
Okay.
I'll be using Python 3. Okay. If you go here, just stop other kernels, shut down other kernels. So only IP, Y, and B. This is the extension that you are going to work on. You can rename it as well. Go and rename your purple. You can even attach with the or clone any repository, Git repository you have. You can clone it from there. Okay. And write all your Python code over here. Run it and see how it goes. Okay. And this is the notebook. You can
Here,
separately.
in this, what should
Mhm.
we do actually? Like,
You will
we
write your
should.
own AI code, like the
Okay.
one that I wrote for my RAG model
Mm-hmm.
and for my error-based
Okay.
project. So this is the code that you will be writing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The thing
Can you
is, nothing
once?
is inbuilt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my in my resume they mentioned something, right? Can you explain once
Yeah,
that SageMaker thing?
sure, sure. Let's open your resume. Okay, I'll stop the recording.
Yeah.